Hello, welcome back to the continuing adventures of the throwaway run WallRuss, the Geomancer Deep Dwarf Earth Elementalist. What I'd meant to be a quick video break became a rather lengthy break after eating and more stuff, and now I must admit the tilt sensation that I was playing off of earlier has kind of subsided. So, who knows, I might actually play a little more intelligently. At any rate, I'm going to take a moment to, as with all my throwaway runs, it's not as organized, so, you know, feel free to riffle through previous videos if you want to get a sense for what's happening. No summaries, no nothing, just keep it moving. Spellcasting and Earth Magic, that's good. Once spellcasting hits 6, we turn it off. There shouldn't be that much more that I really need memorized. Yeah. I guess I want to get blank, so let's go ahead and get that right now for future reference. Okay, one thing's there, and that's that I really do need to heal. It's not acceptable for me to be running at this low health. Even with Makhleb Piety probably going to turn the corner shortly, it's just not smart. And playing not smart is equivalent to playing dead, so let's not die. Alright, getting a bit closer. Slam him with my kill spell. Moving on. Ah, that's right, Pike Hell was on this floor, in addition to, well, who the fuck isn't on this floor, really? We had like 3 named uniques now, was it? 2, 3 named uniques? Pike Hell is going to be a tough cookie, because I don't have the range to hit him from out of range with anything significant yet. Did I ever memorize Stone Arrow? Should've. I did. It's my D spell. That actually might be what I need to use against him. Let's see if I can get in range and keep him mephitic with stone arrows to finish him off. With his entourage, there's definitely increased danger, and definitely a good reason to make sure the mephitics stay on. There we go. He is now unconfused, so let's let him chase me for a while. That should bring him out of range of his minions. We should run in the direction of a staircase. So let's head east. Okay, perfect. A good range for a mephitic cloud. Back away from the whip, and continue to stone arrow pelt him for the kill. Wield stones, because I really do need the mana. There we go. Even without the mana, I managed to take him down. Sack the corpse. Carry the stuff. This whip is almost guaranteed to be fire or electric enchant. There we go. There's the elect. Drop the unbranded elven whip. Test the robe. It's a generic robe, so drop the less valuable generic robe. And how are my stats doing, by the way? Yeah, this actually brings up my spellcasting notably, so I'm going to leave it on and maybe slow train my armor so before switching back. Spellcasting leveled, so let's turn it off now, because 6 is reasonable. So it's all earth magic, plus a little bit of armor. Focus the earth magic, though. Get mana back, and we're in business. The Pike Hell servants will be running through the floor, killing things willy-nilly, so it's kind of a race with them at this point. And clearly it looks like they got to Menkare not too recently. Best thing I can do versus Menkare is going to be kill her fast, because Menkare can torment me. Stone Skin isn't even worth activating at this point, because the spell that's going to deal me the damage isn't that, and I shouldn't have used Magic Dart. Okay, there we go, instant kill. Nice. Let's switch Magic Dart with Stone Arrow. Currently they're in the wrong slots, and that's going to cause me to cast the wrong one every now and then. Alright, sack every corpse. And down we go. Stone Skin active first. Stone Arrow, Stone Arrow. How's the hunger on Stone Arrow, by the way? Naturally hungerless? No, it's down. It's still at Choco, so that's quite significant, actually. What I'm gonna have to do is continue using the Sandblast for a little while longer. Probably once I hit the lair, I'll have these things closer to hungerless. What I really could use is an intelligence boost. I got a lucky one last game. Let's hope that I get the same this game. I'm gonna wield stones before I start attacking the polar bear. And Magic Dart should get its attention. Now I can hit it with Stone Arrow for 2 turns, and now Sandblast for a couple turns. There we go. It's dead. Heal up, unwield the stones, wield the whip. What is whip? C. Change that to W. There we go. Bunch of scrolls, don't know what they all are. Clearly a Mephitic target area. The good thing about Mephitic Cloud is you're virtually guaranteed to get it by the buy. It's in so many starting spellbooks that you're not, you know, while it's not guaranteed, it's very probable that you're going to get it. Bad thing about it is it takes so much specific spell school training, all of which this character has a negative aptitude towards, that it's actually, of all of the mages I've ever run, this is the one who makes the least sense, who Mephitic Cloud makes the least sense on. And yet it's such a valuable spell that I still would take the time to learn given the opportunity. I'm going to make it for the staircase, because low mana is not a happy place to be. And just go back down the first staircase I came off of. That should do just fine. Did I hit Numlock or something? No, there we go. Okay, good. Oh, yay. Instant food. And a couple more sleighs, and off we go. Now, my Maghleb piety should be high enough that I can potentially, not constantly, but potentially heal. Yes. Okay, good. All of a sudden, I'm feeling much better about this whole run. Like, that one change, the ability to heal passively without being required to spend a resource every time I need to heal, is fantastic. Please tell me how much damage I didn't take any damage. Good. Alright. Sack everything. Because I do want the ability to summon a Maghleb ally in a pinch. Which I suppose I'm very far away from. I'd have to cross-train invocations, and since I started off cross-training poison and earth and stuff, that's going to be even harder than usual. We're gonna actually just whip the imp, so let's get him to follow me out a little bit further. Sandblast when he's in the appropriate distance, and then whip him the rest of the time. Because with the Elec enchant... Oh, what the hell with it, just... There you go, Stone Arrow for the kill. Okay, Ogre's down, Maurice shows up, Maurice gets confused, and I bail. Because half mana is not a good place to fight a potentially invisible, I can steal things assassin. Groom, on the other hand, is as good as dead. Oh my god, that must be a reaching weapon he's wielding. Yeah, it was a reaching weapon, and I took way more damage than I should have. I was playing too fast. Wield the stones, blast the dog. That dog isn't dead. He's nearly dead. There's a big difference. If I go upstairs right now, I can get away for sure. So let's do that. And I should have some food left over. Continue wielding the stones just in case things get ugly. There we go. One hit kills. Different staircase than the one I just came up from, because the one I just came up from was a bad place to be. Whip of Electrocution, and I'm going to try to heal back up at least a little bit. Okay, yeah, so that thing just disappeared. It managed to get right next to me. Healing out of the Confuse, also kind of just want to heal, so I do have an ulterior motive. Irolka the mage is somewhere around here. There she is. Stone skin on. Don't know how much AC will help me against magical effects, but when fighting an ogre, a little bit extra AC is never amiss. Or a mage, or... Oh yeah, it's an ogre mage. It's still an ogre. No war dog. There's the war dog. Blast him, blast him, blast him, blast him. Okay, That's a death. That's a kill. I'm not sure what weakened that snake. I am sure I don't want to find out. Glaive of Reaching. Oh, God. I landed on a trap. Of all the unseemly bad timing luck. That Wand of Healing is looking very tempting right now, honestly. I might have to go there and just use it again. Let's see if I can get my health up at all. If not, then I'll end it. And again, there's a weakened frog. Something is weakening these enemies. Thank God. This is exactly what I needed. A mass of hopefully relatively easily killed enemies that will provide me significant health regeneration. And I'm just going to use my lightning rod to like ripple through his multiple targets here to supplement my mephitic clouds, which are going to maintain them in place, as well as force them to attack each other. And hopefully this will boost my overall health without me having to use a heal charge. I don't mind completely using up the wand. That's fine. It's meant for this. So far though, I've gained almost no health back. And even now with multiple kills, it still seems like I'm not getting a lot of health back. I wonder what this wand is. Cold. Good. It's something useful. You're still following me, but you're confused. There's at least a 50-50 chance you should be backing the fuck away. It's literally like it knows where to go despite being confused. At any rate, I'm getting a lot of kills. I'm just not getting a lot of health off of those kills. Maybe collateral kills don't count for health increase. Only thing that makes a damn lick of sense to me. Yep, there we go. I got a whole bunch of health back for the kill I did by my own hands. Confuse. Wield stones and then zap them to death. That's the plan. Because 5 shots should be enough. There we go. Wield the whip. Just ordinary sandblast should take these guys down. Nope. Gotta make sure they're confused because Maurice is there too. A magic dart should be nice. There we go. He's dead, and I'm getting the hell out of here. Many orcs killed, much experience gained, virtually no health regained. Which was kind of the whole point of this endeavor. Definitely gonna eat a bread ration just so as to be at good food status. That Wand of Lightning is on its last legs for sure. Let's read a couple of these scrolls, the ones I have the most of. You doesn't do anything. Fog. Teleport. Alright. Would you stop running away? Here. Come back. Alright. 1 health point returned. That's something, I guess. No health points returned. No health points returned. Many enemies. Fog the entrance. No health points returned. Couple health points back. Fight him on the trap, that's fine with me. Come on, one of us is gonna kill you. Okay, couple more sacrifices. Things are going kinda okay. Backing away after I've gassed them. Going the other direction. Stone arrow this guy. He's right here. Sec. Oof, ouch. I have to take a step or two forward to finish him, but definitely gonna try and just focus him down for the health. Minimal health regain off of both of those targets, actually. Same problem. I'm killing them, I'm just not getting back health from doing it. And 29 is still really low for me. Like, at the first sign of serious trouble, I should just be burning a wand charge, and I don't like that, because it's gonna prove to be wasteful, most likely. Maurice, that's a good target. Let's try and finish him off. Sure enough, he dies, and I get no health back. I seriously need to look up this Machleb health thingy. Maybe it's a function based on piety, and the higher my piety goes, the more likely it is. Because as it stands, it really doesn't feel like it's happening nearly often enough. Okay. Let's bring the bat upstairs. Definitely something I want to eat, and I was flanked when I went downstairs, so let's try a different staircase. Eyeballs are a good food source, and now my health finally seems to be picking up a little bit more off of a bat kill and a eye kill, which is different from an iPod, as a matter of fact. Okay. A little bit more secure. Continue to sacrifice things as I go. Blast you to death. Alright, my health is finally picking up. And I think I have Magic Dart, so let's be sure to use that instead of Sandblast to go ahead and eliminate that, since Magic Dart is just so much more accurate overall. And before I kill this, what needs an experience boost? Let's go straight into armor. Well, that's just a huge chunk of experience to be gained. Armor actually leveled up and is 85% of the way to another level up. I'm gonna let armor hit 7 soon. Let's go ahead and put on my leather got cursed. Surely there's some leather elsewhere in the armor, or in the dungeon. Yeah, there's a ruined orcish leather. Let's put that guy on. Perfect. We can drop the cursed stuff. And this increases my AC by like 1. So, that's something. Die, die, die. But more important than the AC boost is the guaranteed damage reduction, I believe. I think that leather provides a little bit of that. I could be wrong. It could be that you have to be 1 tier above leather. I don't remember. But that's something worth checking. Regardless, I'll probably end up wearing some kind of dragon armor to get guaranteed damage reduction. You know, presuming I beat the lair and get a couple runes and find dragons, and okay, I'm already making myself doubt that it'll ever happen, but you know, it could. And I'm definitely using my level 3 spells liberally here, despite the hunger they incur. So I should probably turn back on spellcasting to try and reduce that hunger penalty in the future. I've mentioned it before in a previous run, but I am oversensitive to hunger in my play. I don't recommend anybody else do that. It's just it's a facet of the way I play the game, and I'm going to go ahead and let the worm get a bite at me, which he didn't manage to hit, but going upstairs to kill him just makes sense. That's another sleigh. It's amazing when playing this build just how long a single mistake stays with you. Instead of just backing away to heal, you find yourself choosing to wait it out longer and longer and longer. Alright, I just said I was going to turn on spellcasting, and spellcasting I shall turn on. But the focus is earth magic until 16, or, you know, until it's high. Ooh. Go away. Okay, ow. I'll just let you keep me poisoned then and not move you around. I wonder what this is. There's a scroll underneath this plant named something or the other, so we're gonna whip it with the electric whip until it gives. And this guy has another scroll, so again, I'm gonna whip it until it gives. Now let's go ahead and read some unidentified scrolls once more. So we'll start with E. Any spell that I don't want or don't need anymore. Magic Dart is excessive. I don't really need it now that I'm using Stone Arrow. It's a good poke here and there, but really it's not a helpful skill. And I can always rememorize it, so let's go ahead and make use of that for now. So that I have the extra spell level if I change my mind on something else in the future. Read M. Blink Scroll, that's useful. And read N. Randomly useless. Burn a scroll of... No, read scroll R. Curse my armor. C. Magic mapping. B. Noise. Another one. Ooh, probably enchant armor. And if so, what better item to use it on than my... Well, frankly, none of these are particularly good, so I'm going to burn it on the Orcish Leather. Because now I have a +3 piece of armor, and it should remain that will make it useful for a longer term period of time. It's unenchanted, so ultimately I'm going to switch it out with something, but we'll see what. Kill. Mephitic Cloud to stymie progress. Kill the imp, out of mana. Enough mana to kill the iguana. Okay, the kobold either doesn't know I'm there or is smart enough to run away. My money is on the former. Because smart kobold is the domain of a different RPG known as, or roguelike known as Smart Kobold. Sack, eat, regenerate, slay, 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 eat, eat, eat. Oh, it's a draining thingy. Let's see if I can just nail it in time with enough spells that I can manage without a whole lot more magic. That's actually exactly what happened. I see an elephant that didn't see me, so I'm going to heal up, because I predict more than one creature, doubtlessly guarding the lair. And if I can get them all in a single Mephitic. Okay, if I can at least initially injure them all with a single Mephitic, that would be very useful. And I'll get out because I'm at half mana again. Let them come to me in whatever order they want to die in. Okay, you are definitely going to be a stone requirer in order to go down. That's enough stoning. Now we'll chase you down with a whip. Okay. You should die just to the stone arrow. Good. It's really nice to have Sandblast as like a backup option, whereas... Oh god, that did everything the elephant needed it to. It got him out of the cloud, it dealt significant damage to me. Let's go ahead and eat, and let's wield the whip. Heal up. Now I know what a blink scroll looks like, which is very helpful. And I have almost 100 stones, so I have a very significant... Yeah, so it doesn't... I don't know the math, but feel-wise, using Sandblast with a good stone does about as much damage as using a stone arrow. The difference, of course, being that stone arrow has range and Sandblast does not, firstly. Secondly, that Sandblast requires stones to do that kind of damage, and stone arrow does not. So it's really nice, because if there's an enemy that requires more, like the old Magic Dart dilemma where you could potentially kill it if you had 100 mana, but you don't have the mana to kill it. Yeah, if you're in that situation, you can just switch to the more brutal sandblasting, or the better overall damage capacity sandblasting, and sandblast them repeatedly. And with any luck, I'll get back some actual health here. Starving. Let's eat some junk. because you're not going to stop starving right now. I'm flanked right now. I gotta get out of here. Again, good example of a time to wield stones, for sure. And Josephine's gonna come online any moment. When she does, she's gonna have like smiting or something like that, so I want to be around the corner so that she has to come to me, and my high-powered stones will be in good power range. Okay. I've burned almost 15 stones since finding my 100 stack, or since reaching 100 stacks. Dagger of Pain, that's painful. If these guys flank me, I will just blink and get out of it. In fact, I need to take a closer look at the screen and figure out what's the best way to get my blink to do exactly what I need it to. There we go. All of them are directly on me. There's only one square I can blink to that won't help. And even Krull's number god has to obey the rules of statistics. Come on, just don't chase me. Go away. I don't want to whip you to death. Is that a troll, an ogre, or it's a hill giant? If I can escape, it's worth it. Get back some of that mana. And with it, get back full health for the kill. Now all I need is to find something to eat, because I'm just draining through my foodstuffs. That ant right there would have been my meal ticket. You know, under normal circumstances. You know, not getting screwed by the RNG circumstances. How about hungerlessness? Are we even there yet? We're getting there. Strawberry hunger. Fuck. Backing away. Backing away. Presumably he stayed in the same spot, so we'll Mephitic eat a bunch of grapes. Presumably a confused enemy shouldn't have this ability to chase me, but he does. If that's just a worker and a zombie, we'll just blast it to death. And now we're out of the maze. Of course, I'm permanently near starving, but, you know, wouldn't be Krull if that wasn't the case, right? Okay, Hippogriff. Do me good. Give me food. Eat meat. There we go. Hippogriff gave no food, and because I was forced to eat while adjacent to him, I took a bunch of damage. Some days my job is just too long. Let's go ahead and just win this fight exactly the way that you would expect that I would, by using multi-hit attacks as well as Mephitic Cloud to control the door. With any luck, this will heal me more than it hurts me. And what is this G? I don't even know what this G is. Still don't know, despite all the potential targets. It looks like none of them got hit. Oh, you know what? There's going to be a cache of food inside here, isn't there? Thank God for small favors. What would I be ideal is getting another Mephitic off. I'm going to go ahead and do this in melee range. This Mephitic Cloud. And even though it hits me, there's a small chance of, yes, me not getting confused. But even if I'd been confused, so what? I just stand there. You know, or even drink a heal wounds, depending on, or healing, depending how badly I wanted to be freed from that state. Speaking of which, I don't think I've even found a heal wounds potion yet. So I must just not have identified it, because there's no way I've been this far into the dungeon and still haven't even found it. Okay, let's go with another Mephitic Cloud. This time I did get confused, but I'm out of the range of the confusion now, so I should just be able to wait it out. Didn't take very long. My mana is near full, so I'm going to switch over to stone arrowing things now. We'll wield stones and blast the queen bee. And we'll continue to wield stones to blast the remaining bee. and then sack every goddamn one of them. So that should really help my piety out a lot. Eat a honeycomb, wield the whip, and all those times before where I chose to eat permafood instead of eating corpses so that I could get my piety up faster, they've all paid off now, because now I have an excess of food. I'm dropping the Wand of Lightning because I don't need it anymore. And one thing that people tend to forget, so I want to remind, is being a deep dwarf, you have an ooh. Got a pair of horns, that's not so good. Got int +1, that's not bad. I'll happily take a cure mutation to get rid of them, because I do want a helmet, but for the moment, I can't say that I really complained about these abilities. Okay, the lair is available, so that's the next obvious destination to head to. But yeah, what was I saying? Something about decision. Right, piety-wise. Food comes and goes. Large caches of enemies that you can use to gain rapid deity piety are less common. And at the stage I was in the game, healing was very important. So I got that ability online as fast as possible, and, well, this is the result. Earth Magic hit 16, that's the point I said I would turn it off at. Spellcasting hit 8, that's the point that previously I turned it off. But last time I had an int +4 ring, so I probably wanted up to, I don't know, like 10-ish this game. But for now, let's build the weakest skills I have. So Transmutations needs to go higher. Right now that's only Stone Skin, but eventually that will be Statue Form. Armor is at 7, that's fine, that's reasonable. Let's boost Fighting a little bit and Evocations a little bit. Like, all of these just a little bit. Normally it's a bad idea to spread around multiple skills, but they're all like level 1 skills, and I only want them to like level 4 or 5. Alright, off to the lair. First things first, let's drop these helmets. Continue to look around. Hunger levels are... okay, whoa! Okay, level 3 casting is officially hungerless, so yeah, level 8 spellcasting seems to be a legitimate benchmark. Okay, there's a Hydra. Hydra is definitely a good reason to make for the stairs. I'm gonna shout to attract the Hydra's attention. I'm pretty sure that's the door I came in from, so I want to be exiting through a different door. Shout. Okay, the Hydra isn't coming. If it does, do I have the ability to escape? I have a teleport and blinking scroll, so yes I do. Okay. And I'm not actually entirely convinced I can't just kill the Hydra. I mean, it's quite possible that I have the damage capacity to do so. Oh, new book, always a good find, and in this case, it's not a terribly useful book. None of these are schools that I'm interested in, and with the exception of maybe repel missiles, none of these are particularly interesting spells for my purposes. But, and even in considering that, I don't want to burn spell levels right now, and then find myself without them later. I do have one scroll of amnesia to correct a mistake, but I'd rather not make a mistake on purpose with the intent to correct it. I'm again moving in the direction I first spied a Hydra from. I just don't want to find myself suddenly facing it without having anticipated. Ooh, herd of sheep. Come on. Come my way. I'm able to pick these guys off with stone arrows, shots. And now I'm just going to go and sack them, one after the other. No, confusion is definitely the way to go versus these rats. Okay, that Hydra definitely will have... Seriously, it still doesn't know I'm here? Because once it knows I'm here from this distance, there's no way I'm getting away from it. blast, blast. Just make sure to walk around with my buffs on for the most part, I think, is the key. And on that note, I'm turning on Stone Skin, which actually brings my AC up to 14, which is very reasonable. I don't have Magic Dart. I do have stones, so I'm gonna throw a stone that thing's way, get its attention. I can potentially blink like 8 squares away. Let's pull out the, let's equip the stones so that I'm ready for that. Stone arrow, stone arrow, stone arrow. This would be a good time to blink, so let's blink away. Stone arrow, stone arrow, stone arrow. 0 actual stones used, evocations up to 4. That's just a fantastic outcome for me in every possible way. Let's go ahead and confuse behind me because my mana is low. Sack those guys and just hide to regenerate some mana. Now, you know, I only meant to stall them, but apparently the sheep couldn't hold its own. Probably bit itself to death. Which is ironic because sheep don't even have the teeth to do that kind of damage, but whatever. Let's bring out the whip and start shooting stone arrows. If anything gets too close, just electrocute it. Sack them all, because I still have 8 honeycombs extra worth of food. Sack them all. Okay, my Vehmet piety, or not Vehmet, my... the fuck is his name? Machleb piety is near perfect at this point. So I'm going to stop preferentially sacking every corpse and start thinking in terms of splitting them between me and him, or just using them all for myself and reading through some of these remaining scrolls. Okay. I assumed that was the remove curse. I just wanted to have them all confirmed now. There's like one unidentified one. Ruined leather elven armor is actually probably a better option. There we go. Not only is it poison resist, which means I can now use Mephitic at melee range safely, which is great, but it's also elven, which means it has almost no spellcasting penalty, unless dwarves somehow are anti-elves in this game, and deep dwarves count as dwarves, which they really shouldn't. They have so little in common with actual dwarves. Dropping the orcish leather, which actually this move has reduced my AC by 3. Which does go against the intent of this build, which is to make a high AC caster. Curse String of Teleport. Curse String of Teleport actually could prove very helpful, because I can put it on and evoke it for an intentional teleport. And my evocations ability is growing. I'm going to grow it up to like 6 or so that should be semi-reliable. So I actually intend to I actually intend to hold on to that and make use of it in the future, possibly. I'm trying to lose weight, and obviously carrying all of these stones isn't helping. Let's drop some of these books, and let's actually identify the unclear scroll, just to be sure what it is. Alright, so far so good. Down a floor we go. Well, gotta blast the frog to death first. Down a floor we go. Blast, 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 blast. Blastoise. I do love this part of the game. In fact, in my opinion, this is the most enjoyable part of the game for this character right now. There's a sensation of I'm so powerful that nothing can really stop me. Not entirely true, but that's how it feels, because you know you're able to blast things with such utter so convincingly. And more importantly than that, anything that you do wrong, because of your Machleb piety, which should be roughly maxed by the time you hit, by the time you're a couple floors into the lair, it's so high that you heal almost completely just after a few kills. After just a few kills. There we go. That was a heal wounds potion. Now I found it. This is a disconnected dungeon segment. What I'm going to do is leave behind that second segment, actually, so that if ever I want to come back and heal up, I know I have at least one source of easy kills. Because second floor layer is pretty lightweight stuff. Similar logic I used with my vampire play, where I left a good portion of the Orcish mines untouched so that I had live food, since they can't drain, since vampires have no source of permafood that works for them. So far, so good. Alright, that's a fairly good run for this floor. Turn on my stone skin. Continue doing my thing. Blast, blast. New book. New book gives me nothing that really excites me, so leave that behind. Let's drop 28 stones just to make some more room in my inventory. Why are you not working? There we go. Blast, 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 blast. Crap. If that thing petrifies me, I'm in deep trouble. If I get one to fit a cloud off, they won't be able to catch me. Nasty little blader, aren't you? I don't know what it is with the stealth on this guy, man. He's uncannily stealthy. Not uncannily stealthy, that's a technical term. He is very stealthy compared to other characters. To equivalent other characters. Okay, instead of finishing this branch, I'm going to go down a floor. There's unlikely to be any particularly awesome loot, and I've left behind just enough stuff that I can potentially come back to that floor for more heals and kills in the future. See, that's a clear example of learning from my mistakes. Having to search around through the lair desperately for some means of not burning a heal charge on my wand has kind of taught me the value of intentionally leaving behind an occasional weak enemy. Like, if there was a way to ignore this sheep herd and preserve it carefully for later, it'd be very valuable to do so. Unfortunately, any means I have of doing that will likely result in them swarming me when I don't want them to. And they don't have a particularly convenient way to just ignore. Stone skin. Now, if only Makhleb gave gifts, that would be ideal. Something that felt fighty. I wonder what X does. Curse weapon and enchant weapon 1. Well, I read those in the right order. I have a couple unidentified wands, so let's drop some of the lower tier wands right now, like the Magic Darts wand. And make it a point to identify them on my next opponent. Enslavement. Invisibility. Digging. Oh wow, there's something right here. Yeah, that would be the one I made invisible. Okay, so far so good. Let's try one of these. Alright, that thinned out the herd a little bit. That's another kill. That's another kill. That's another kill. Low mana, so let's go out on a kill. And I can now eat these because I have actual poison resistance, not just the damage shaving effect. Another takedown. Another takedown. Sack them all. Okay, drop stuff. Drop this extra robe I'm carrying around for no reason. Ooh, new ring. I wonder what that one does. Identify the ring, please. Cursed ring of protection. Pretty sure that's actually not a protective ring so much as a negative AC ring. Rip this thing apart, just find out what's underneath it. It's a bread ration. Drop 2 bread rations, 3 honeycombs, 6 scrolls of identify, 8 scrolls of detect curse, the book of dreams, and the book of control. That should about do it. So really, I'm waiting on one of the books that gives me statue form, so either a high-level transfiguration book, but preferentially the high-level earth book, so that I can learn some good conjurations too. Boosting intelligence naturally. Everything's hungerless, and I guess I should really learn Lee's rapid deconstruction at this point, just so I have some AoE attack that isn't 100% Mephitic reliant. Eat one of the honeycombs just to pad out my health. It looks like a fetus Marash garden, but it's not. It's just an alcove in the lair. Ooh, more books. This has been a good run in terms of number of books, though not necessarily quality. Unfortunately, this is the worst book in the game for my character. It is the air book, and since I'm anti-air, because I'm Earth, all of these are going to be unlearnable for me. I will take a look at, flight, because if that was at all possible, it would have been great. But yeah, it's just not going to happen. So let's actually drop the Book of the Sky. There we go, dropped. Okay, another floor cleared, down we go. There's a Hydra and nothing else of note. Hydra has already seen me, so let's Stone Skin, and the moment it's in range, we'll start attacking. So let's scout stones too. 1, 2, I think I can kill it still. 3, 4, 5, it's dead. Confuse the nearby targets, and proceed to hit them with a whip. Because I should get the stabbing bonus for them being confused. Don't let these guys get unconfused. That's of paramount importance. Now return to whipping the other target. Sandblast without stones should be fine. Sacrifice. And we'll actually butcher the wyvern here. No. Do not switch back. Yeah, switch back to your main weapon. That was not the Y button. Stone Arrow was definitely the wrong move. I should have gone with the Mephitic Cloud at that point. Okay. Getting out. I did manage to finish butchering the wyvern. Kill the hippogriff. So yeah, as unforgiving as the early game can be, the mid game is much more forgiving, what with the health back setup and all. I guess this isn't technically the mid game, but the lair game. I do have traps and doors. Good. Evocations is up higher than I'd meant by 8, so we're definitely turning that off now. Fighting has advanced reasonably. I'm turning it off for the time being. Transmutations, there's no point not growing it, so let's grow it some more. Let's trickle into conjurations a bit more too. But really now the focus is going to be traps and doors. Bring that up a reasonable amount before too long. And let's identify this newest ring. A ring of wizardry, most excellent. Stick that on. Of course there's nothing that I'm exactly waiting on memorizing, so Not the most useful thing in the world, but it's always nice to have a little bit of added security. Identify the latest ring, levitation. That's actually very useful now that my evocation is high. I should be able to fly at will with that ring. That may end up proving useful in an escape situation or just an exploration situation, so I'm definitely glad I found that ring. And you are gonna die. You're terminated, fucker. Alright, only my Lee's Rapid Deconstruction has any hunger associated with it at this point. I can comfortably continue using my Stone Arrow as an at-will, but also power-wise, how high is it? It's near maxed. Just a couple more stacks of stone form thingy, forget what it's called, ought to do it. The Earth Magic. No, that's not what I meant. Conjurations, there we go. Ought to do it. Few Lee's Rapids just to thin out their numbers, and then I'll come in for the cleanup. Or they'll completely avoid everything I do, and I'll hope to God that I'd get out with my life. You know, it's about the same thing. Don't know where that frog went. Don't want to know. Let's just kill it. Seriously, another stone arrow misses. Unfreaking believable. Definitely was using my stones on that one. Okay, next corpse I get, I've got to eat. Wouldn't you know it, I got a corpse right away. Double eat it. Alright, that's about enough of having cleared this floor for now. So let's try the next floor as soon as I, find a door down. Okay, so far so good. There's a dog to take down. Take down the dog, down we go. Blast the basilisks to death. Kill the porcupine. I'm just unloading stone arrows until I'm out of mana, then I'm gonna go upstairs. There's no need even to sacrifice those corpses. That's how full my mana, or my piety is. I mean, I'll do it too, it's just, there's no need. Come on, die already. There you go. Corpse down. Pick up more golds. Kill the croc. Transmutations up. AC 11 on stone skin use. Alright, yeah, I'm happy with transmutations at 6 until further notice. So let's continue putting money where it's worth, into earth magic. And we'll turn off conjurations once it levels up another level as well. Heal, run, run, run. Run, 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 run. Kill the dog, eat the dog. That's a Naga. You know what's good? Lees. From here I should be able to hit that Naga. And multiple other enemies as well, by the looks of it. Including the Naga twice. Okay, now my mana is running a bit lower, so we'll pick select targets. But I think stones here, just to increase my overall number of shots, would be helpful. Finish that hound flesh. Bring out the whip, so as not to burn stones on rats. Okay, I used all of my, I used like 5 mana and was hardly able to get a shot off on that rat. That's one fucking dodgy rat. Okay, getting out. I have no mana. Those corpses aren't important. That's a death yak, so I'm gonna go ahead and retreat. Unfortunately, all the known staircases are the opposite of the direction I'm running, so let's go the long way. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop playing for the time being. I'll pick this run up in a little while, but I'm just getting really tired and I don't feel the need to play right now just because I'm tired, so I'll play again in a bit. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.